worries.
Josie, how are you?
Good. How about you, Kevin?
Good. Good to see you.
That's good. Good to see you.
Yeah. Is it, let's see, Siki? You're on mute there.
Yeah, she's on.
All right. Cecilia, good to see you. And Mary. Got Brenda, Gwinnett. Hello. Janice.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm Lynette. Good. How are you?
Good.
iPad 2 is named Peggy.
Peggy. All right. You know how to change it, Peggy?
No,
If you try, are you on a computer?
no, I'm on an iPad.
All right. I'm going to change it for you this time.
Okay.
It doesn't stay, but it'll be in there. It'll be good for the class anyway. I won't call you iPad. I'll call you Peggy.
Good. Can you tell me real quick how to do it?
Well, yeah, I mean, you should be able to go. You're on an iPad. That's what's tricky for me. It's always different on the phones and the iPads than it is the computer.
Okay.
I don't know if we've got if Nancy knows that or Megan knows that answer on the iPad, how to change the name themselves for them.
Yeah, there's an article showing how to do it, and I can put that in the chat.
Oh, great.
Yeah,
Right.
it's like a visual article, so it just shows, you know, it's better than explaining it. Just shows the pictures of it. So I'll put that in the chat for you.
Good. Good. Wait another minute. If you can have your camera on, I always like to see your faces. I know sometimes you have bad hair days. We're not here to judge. It's a no judgment class. We're just here to learn. The smiling faces that count, not the hairdos. We're hanging out to what we've got. We're not worried about the hair.
That's right.
As long as we got our mind and we can smile and laugh, that's what we got.
I don't know. I'm not sure about that, Kevin, because the last time I was watching one of your video,
Yeah.
I was there and I said, oh my God.
You were scaring yourself? Oh, that's funny. It's good. All right. Is anybody having trouble? Does anybody want to turn the camera on? They don't know how. I can help you. You gotta unmute
Hi,
yourself.
Kevin, this is Brenda. I finally figured out how to turn it on, but I have to go all the way off and back on, so I didn't want to miss the class. But I'll have it next time.
I got you. Okay. All right. Technical challenge there. Yeah.
That's correct.
There you go, Peggy. Megan put that article in the chat for you.
Oh, great. Okay. Thank you.
All right. Good. Good. All right. Well, we'll get going here. Is anybody? This is your first Get Set Up class ever? Anybody would say that?
Yes, me.
It is. Siki, your very first class. I get to be your first Get Set Up class. Wow.
Yes, I'm excited.
There's a lot of pressure on me right here. This is really big. Now, I always love when we have new learners. Get Set Up's a unique platform that we have lots of great guides or teachers and lots of great courses. And there's a lot you can take advantage of and take classes more than once if you want. This one's kind of a little bit of a complicated topic. There's a lot in here, and I'm going to cover a lot of good information, but sometimes it might take a couple passes. But what makes Get Set Up so unique is that it's live and you have a live instructor. So many online learning, you're watching a recording that doesn't have any live interaction. So we get to ask real questions to real people and get real answers as we go along. So that's really what makes it unique. All right, let me share a couple of things here. Let's see, go to this and share this and this. And then I'm going to change my video back so you can see me. All right.
I'm going to put my mute back on because the dog starts barking.
That's good. Thanks. See, that's another good point. Because it's live, if there's ever any noise where you guys are, we all hear it. And interestingly, our pets get jealous when we learn. It's kind of crazy, and they start making noise and they want our attention. And so thanks for doing that. But don't let your mute discourage you guys from talking and being involved in the conversation. So I really like the feedback. We've got a fair size class here, so you guys can all interject and go along. So, all right, this class, I teach quite a few classes. This one's an understanding and using Apple iCloud. Is that what you guys all signed up for? Is that what you're hoping to learn in this class? Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Good, good. Okay. I always make sure you don't get the cat grooming class when you think you're going to learn about some computer things. So that's good. Make sure you get the right class. And this, a few more things about. I'm in Tampa, and I love learning, and I love to help people learn. I love encouraging, and engaging with fellow lifelong learners. I think we should learn as long as we're alive, and learning should be fun. So we try to make it fun as we go along. If you ever want a recording of a class, you can email help@getsetup.io, and our support team will send that to you. We don't get paid to promote or promote any of these products. I'm a big Apple guy, but I use other products as well. I'm not getting paid to use or represent any of these things. We just want to help you guys learn how to use this better. All right, so in this class, we're going to talk about the benefits of cloud storage, 4 components of iCloud, and then managing iCloud on your devices. Before we jump in, though, I would be curious to know what is something. First of all, tell me what Apple devices you have. There aren't too many of you. We can do this. What Apple devices you have? So like an iPhone, iPad, Mac computer, or if you have a PC computer, tell me that. And then one thing that you would love to learn about iCloud today, like Kevin, if you covered that, this class would make my day and it'd be the best class ever. And I'm not guaranteeing I'll get to it all. I usually get to 90% of it, if not all of it, but I'd be curious to hear from everybody, what the devices they have and what they're looking to learn in iCloud. Josie, how about you? You start us off.
Yeah, I'm still confused a little bit about that iCloud. I would like to know the storage. How to minimize.
Okay. All right. And then do you have an iPhone?
I have iPhone, iPad, and Mac.
Okay, so you got all of it. Okay, good. Peggy, how about you?
I have iPhone and I have iPad, and I would like to know how to back things up into iCloud and how to bring them back down.
Okay, very good, very good. All right, Siki?
All right, I have an iPad, an iPhone, and the Peggy said it for me. That's what I'd like to know also.
Okay, good. All right. Janice, how about you?
I have some of the trumpet.
Oh, we got to unmute you. Janice, unmute. You got it?
Oh, I know. That's why I bought all.
Here you go. I can hear you now, Janice.
Can you hear me now?
I can, yes.
Okay, I have an iPhone, an iPad, an iMac,
Okay.
and I really just don't understand what iCloud's about.
All right. As clear as Apple is about so many things, it's not clear about iCloud, that's for sure.
Yeah.
It's a confusing thing. All right, good. Glennette, how about you?
I have an iPad, an iPhone, and a MacBook.
Okay.
And I have iCloud and I've used it, but I want to see if there's more I can do with it.
Right.
Yeah.
Are you getting all of it or are you missing some of it or what? Yeah, right. Okay, good. Shirley, how about you?
I have an iPhone and an iPad, and I have no idea about the cloud except by a lot of messages that I'm out of storage or something. So clear that up for me.
That's right. What are all these messages about? All right, good. Olinda, how about you? Olinda, you're on mute if you're talking. Olinda from Mount.
Sorry, yes. I
go.
have a Mac desktop, 2 iPads, an iPhone, and a MacBook.
Okay.
There. And I don't understand the purpose, and I'd like to know about security.
Okay. All right, good. Very common things we're hitting here. Brenda, how about you?
I have the Mac computer and an iPhone.
Okay.
And I'm like everybody else. I keep getting told my storage is full and they want 99 more cents.
You want your money. All right. Okay. All right. Cecilia, how about you? Cecilia's on mute. If you can unmute. Janet, jump down to you.
Yeah, hi.
Hi.
I have iPhone, iPad, and I am happy to learn anything. I never seem to be out of storage, but I get charged every month. I'm not exactly sure why.
Right.
I must have clicked on something to get charged.
Okay. All right. Good. All right. Mary, Materna. How about you?
Actually, it's not Mary, it's Dennis.
Okay, Dennis.
We're both on it, but I don't know. I'm the only one here. I have the iPad, the iPhone, and the Mac Pro, and I'm just like everybody else. I don't know what it is, and I get billed.
Like, what's going on here?
Yeah, right.
Right. All right. I'm gonna change your screen name to Dennis, so I don't call you
Okay.
Mary again.
Yeah, mine, Dennis wouldn't click in. I don't know why.
All right. Sylvia, how about you?
I use an iMac desktop, and I have a Mac Pro, MacBook Pro, which I don't dare use because I'm confused enough. And I have the Galaxy S7 and S20 Plus.
All right. So you have an Android phone. Okay. Good. All right. Excellent. All right. Well, good. Well, I think I can cover all the things you guys talked about. So let's jump into this. And if you have questions as we go along, feel free to interrupt me and ask a question. All right. Back on the slides here. What is cloud storage? So cloud storage is just basically any storage of files that is done on the internet, that you can access through the internet. So there's some benefits to this. The alternative is what's called local storage. So our phone has local storage on it, right? Our phone has certain gigabytes of space on it, and our computer has certain space on it, on its hard drive, and our iPad has certain gigabytes of space on it. And we can have external hard drives, and those are all good because they're local, but somebody has to be right there to be able to access what's on them. Like, you couldn't share what's on those devices with somebody who's across the country because they're not with you. But if it's on the cloud, if it's the internet, then you can both access it at the same time in theory, because you both have access to the internet. The other advantage would be that you would, if something were to happen to your device, your phone, your iPad, your computer, or your external hard drive, it was stolen, crushed, stopped working, burnt, anything like that, you would lose all that stuff because there's no backup to it. So there's some backup redundancy of being able to have stuff in the storage. So Google has Google Drive, where you can store files on that. They start out giving you free storage. All of these give you free storage to start, and then when you fill it up, they want to start charging you for more. Microsoft's version is called OneDrive. That's Microsoft's. Dropbox is its own company that has its own storage. Box is another company that does it. But Apple's version of this is iCloud. But iCloud's more than just storage. It does some other things as well. So that's what makes it confusing, is iCloud is kind of more than one thing, and one thing all wrapped up into one cloud. So there's a lot that lays underneath their cloud idea. Okay. So what are the benefits of cloud storage? You save storage space on your device. We'll get into how that really specifically works as it relates to pictures, because pictures are one of the biggest users of space on our phones. And there's a way to be able to have thousands and thousands of access to thousands and thousands of photos without storing all of the files, native files on your phone. So you can have access to all of them without using up all your space on your phone. There's a way to do that. You can share and collaborate with other people. You can back up your files, and you can sync and access files across your devices. That's using the internet allows us to do that, because it's not device specific, if you will. If you have access to an account, to that account information, it doesn't matter if you're on your iCloud, your iPad, your iPhone, or your computer, you can still get to it. So that's the idea of that. Okay. So iCloud syncs all of your devices. So Apple made this to kind of make all these work together. They wanted you to be able to seamlessly go from your phone to your iPad, to your computer, and back and forth, and not miss a beat, and not feel like, well, that's on that device, I can't use that, I got to come over here and do it on this. They wanted it to all be seamless, so it all worked together. And so that's the idea of how they did it. That's the idea of what it should be doing. I describe iCloud as 4 main components. I like to take complex things, make them simple. So to me, I look at it as 4 different things. iCloud will back up your mobile devices. iCloud does not back up a computer. It will back up your mobile devices. Your mobile device would be an iPhone or an iPad or iPads or multiple, but it doesn't automatically back up your computer. Secondly, it will help you sync all of your devices. So again, you can have the same calendar on your computer, on your phone, and on your iPad. You can have your contacts, your email, your messages, your text messages, even the apps you buy on your iPad, you can get to on your iPhone, and so forth. So there's a syncing across all the apps that way. It's basically one account. It doesn't matter what device you use. You're having to be able to share it all together. And then they break these final 2 components are where it gets a little confusing, and they should probably be their own thing altogether. So there's Icloud Photos, which is an app, but iCloud has a backup and a storage saving utility to it that we'll get into. And they separate, Apple separates photo files from just normal files, which go into Drive. Now you can put photos into a Drive file, but they separate all your photos from your camera roll and all that into iCloud Photos. So even, on your phone, on your computer, and on your iPad, there's an app called Photos, right? And that's where your photos are. So that's what you use to access that. We'll look at all that. iCloud manages all of it, but iCloud, the pictures themselves are stored in that Photos app, or access to that. And then Drive is just for files. So you're putting files you want to share across all your devices inside Drive. All right, this will make more sense. We'll get into some screens. I'll show you my phone and how all this works. Okay, so let's talk about the benefits of each of these 4 components, and then we'll get into some real live hands-on stuff, because you'll want to pull up your phone and make sure all this is working for you. All right, the difference between a backup and a sync. A backup is a static copy of your files at a specific point in time. So think of it as a snapshot. Anything that happens after that snapshot is not captured and is not reflected in a restored backup. So if my phone was backed up last night at 10 o'clock, anything I did in it different today between 10 o'clock last night and now would not be reflected in my restore. Now, you can frequently back up. You can back up daily. But that contrasted with syncing, which is a constant live update of files and synchronization among all linked devices, is a lot of what iCloud does as well. So there's a backup component and then there's a syncing component, but it's helpful to know the difference. All right, what are the benefits of backup? You can restore files if the device is lost, stolen, or damaged. And the biggest benefit here, again, because iCloud only backs up your mobile devices, if you get a new phone and you've recently backed up that phone through iCloud, as soon as you log back in with your Apple ID on the new phone, it updates your new phone to look like your old phone, and all your stuff is there again, which is beautiful. It's really nice. It's really, all your apps are there, all your contacts, all of that is there if you have it set up properly, and we'll look into that. So that's the biggest advantage of that. So you don't really lose everything when you lose your phone if you have it backed up. The benefits of sync, you have the same information on all your devices, and continuity. Continuity is a neat thing, again, in Apple's effort to make it seamless when you work from one device to another. I can start looking at a website on my phone, and then I can sit down on my computer, and I'm a MacBook Pro, and my MacBook Pro says, oh, your phone was looking at this website. Do you want to open that website? When I open up my browser, it takes me to that website automatically. I can also copy some text on my phone, go to my laptop and paste that text from my phone into a place on my computer, which is crazy, but it does work. So there's some continuity things that go along with syncing as well. Okay. The benefits
Excuse
of
me.
Yeah.
Did you just say that you could copy something on your phone and turn around and go to your iPad and paste it in the iPad?
Right. I've done it on my computer. Yeah. But it should work on the iPad as well. If you're using the same Apple ID on both devices. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't know that.
I haven't done it on the iPad, but definitely on the what happens on the computer, if you have a MacBook Air, MacBook Pro, or iMac, if you open up like in Safari on your phone, and then you get close to your computer again with that phone, and your computer's on the taskbar at the bottom, it'll open up another little thing that says browser with your phone icon on it, and you click on that, it opens up that website.
Wow. Okay, thank you.
Try that on the iPad. I haven't tried it to see if it works there, but
okay, I will.
Yeah, it's kind of neat. All right, benefits of iCloud Photos. It backs up your photos. It frees up space on your device. It syncs photos across all your devices, and you can access and share photos with all your devices through albums and that type of thing. So this is probably, to me, the two biggest benefits of iCloud as a whole are one, the backing up of your phone and your iPads, and routinely it does it every day if you have it set on, and then the second benefit is this ability to keep all your photos and not have to delete them because you're out of space on your camera or on your phone. So I have this slogan I've come up since I've been teaching this class, never delete photos. Like, those are your memories, right? Those are gold. You cannot get those back. And there's people that are like trying to purge photos because they're out of space on their phone. I'm like, don't do it. If you delete something in the iCloud Photos, it's gone forever. I mean, it takes it off all your devices. It's gone from the backup and everything. It's not good. Don't do it. I have this slogan. It's buy memory, not because you can't replace memories, right? So buy memory, like buy more space. It's really cheap, really. It's better to have more space to save your memories than to lose all your memories. That's what I'm saying. Does So.
And I was just purging last night.
I know, it's horrible. It's just, I feel so bad for people. Like, golly, that they shouldn't have to get rid of pictures. No, I get it. It's so easy to take a picture now. You remember back in the days, you had to go get film for a camera, and your camera had to be ready to work, and then you had to develop the film and drop it off and go pick it up. It was a lot of steps, and so there weren't as many pictures. But now you can just burst, 30 pictures on somebody at a dinner in no time, and you've got them all. All right, so we'll dig into, go ahead, Silky.
So can you send individual pictures to the iCloud? Just you've got too many pictures of one occasion, you want to get rid of some of them. Can you?
Yeah, but if you delete them, they're gone for good. Yeah, you can.
But I'm saying to send it to the iCloud.
Yeah,
you don't want to send.
The way it's set, when you have it turned on to use iCloud with your photos, every photo you take, it puts it into the iCloud account for you. Now, if you delete it, it'll take it off. But yeah, you can pick and choose what you have in there. Yeah. Okay. We have classes just on iCloud Photos too, so I'm touching on it. I'm not going all the way into iCloud Photos, but I want you to understand how it relates to iCloud. All right, benefits of iCloud Drive. So that was photos. This is Drive. So when you think of iCloud Drive, just think of more files, like a Word document or another image, an image you have of something. It could be a picture, but it could be a document. It could be a PDF. It could be an Excel sheet, spreadsheet, or something like that. So the benefits of Drive is that you can simply share and access select files on all your devices. So it makes it real easy if you wanted to have, let's say you had a PDF of something on your computer and you wanted to have access to it on your phone also. It's an easy way to put it into the iCloud Drive folder, and then when you open it up you can open it up on your iPhone also, and you'll see that PDF will be there. And if you make any changes on the computer, the changes will be reflected on the iPad or the iPhone as well. One thing tricky about iCloud Drive is the way you access it. So it's different how you access it on the iPhone and the iPad than it is how you do it on the computer, than it is how you do it on the browser. So let me show you this first. So you can access iCloud Drive. So these are just select files. This is probably the least used part of iCloud, to be honest with you. I don't use this much at all. You could if you need to, if you're trying to move a lot of files around and have access to them, you can do that across your devices, but it's typically not what people have to do. But you can go to iCloud.com on any browser. So somebody, if you have a PC, you can even get to your iCloud stuff through that. iCloud.com, and you log in. I'll show you that if you have time. On your computer itself, you're going to go to the Finder, which is all your files, and you're going to see a drive, an area in there called iCloud Drive, and that's where those will be. And you can put files in, take files out. And on the iPhone, iPad, you're looking for the app called Files. It's a blue folder. It looks like that. If it's not already on your phone or your iPad, you can download it for free from the App Store. All right, let's talk about storage space, though, in iCloud Drive. So as it relates to the iCloud plan, you get 5 GB free. Everybody gets free 5 GB. And that's enough to last you for a little while. But at some point, some of you mentioned you start getting these messages like, you are out of space. And what does that mean? Well, that means it can't back up anymore because it's out of space. That's one bad thing. That's, like you're not getting backed up. Your phone's not getting backed up anymore if you're out of space because it's just kind of hit a limit there. And your pictures aren't getting backed up anymore if it's out of space. So you can jump up, to 50 GB for 99 cents a month if you want to do that, or 200 at $3 or 2 TB at 9. So I'm using 200 right now at $3. Because to me, I'd rather not have any worry about running out of space. And what's nice about the 200 and the 2 TB is you can share that with family members. So one of my daughters was out of space on her phone, and before she couldn't even back up her old phone before we got her new one. So I got this 200 GB, put her on there as part of that family plan. She was able to back up her phone, and then when she got the new phone, we restored her back up to the new phone, and she's back in business. So the 200 shared is I don't get to see her stuff and she doesn't get to see mine, but we both contribute towards using the 200. That's kind of how that works. Okay. All right. Now let's go back to, all right. So I'm going to show you here, and then we're going to dig into this on our screens. Yeah.
I have a question. When you were talking about backup and you showed what actually gets backed up. So, I had a MacBook, and the MacBook actually died, and I had some iMovies on there.
Yeah.
So of course, when, when the guy at Apple Store said, go to your iCloud and see what was backed up, the iMovies don't get backed up. So who determines what gets backed up? Do I do that or?
Yeah, well, on the computer itself, you can imagine, right? If I go back to this sheet right here, I mean, your computer has, a terabyte, half a gigabyte, 500 gigabyte or something like that, a lot of space on its hard drive. So it would eat all this up if it backed up your computer. That's why it doesn't back up your computer. So it lets you selectively choose what you want to put into using up this storage space as backup. Apple has its Time Machine backup system, if you ever want to get into that, where you have an external hard drive and you turn on Time Machine and it tries to update that. That's a whole other backup mechanism. But what would be better for you for like videos, or if you put those iMovies, the finished iMovies into your camera roll, then those would have been backed up potentially because they would have been part of iPhoto as a video. But in iMovie, there's all the files of like building it that are separate from the finished product, right?
Right.
And so really, that's why it didn't show up as being backed up, because you probably didn't have the finished file saved on your camera roll. That finished one would have been backed up that way. But you could take, if those files are really important, you could take up some of this space, but that's why you don't want to pay for it. There's other ways to say, I use Dropbox, I use Google Drive, I use iCloud, I use external hard drives, I use all of it. And I back up for my photos. I have 3 different ways to back up. I use iCloud, I use Amazon Photos, and I use Google Photos. I back them up in all 3 of those. So that's what I do. Okay, good question though. But that's why.
I just had a question.
Go ahead, Wen.
Hi, are you when you say that it's backing up the photos, does that include your videos, since those are also in your camera roll on the iPhone?
Yes, it does. Yeah, and that's what I was telling Lynette. If the iMovie finished video was saved as a video and in the camera roll, then that would be backed up. But iMovie is a program to make videos, so it would require all, that would include all the clips and it would include all the elements that go into making it. Those aren't going to be in the iPhoto, in the photo app. Yeah.
Kevin,
Okay, I'm sorry. And then
sorry.
when you say that you back up your photos onto iCloud, Google Photos, and Amazon Photos, did I get that right?
Yes.
Are you backing up the same photos in all 3 places?
Yeah, I mean, it's doing it automatically. I don't have to give any thought to it, and it doesn't cost me anything. Amazon Photos is free if you have an Amazon Prime account.
Right, I have that.
Unlimited storage. And then Google Photos is free until up to a certain space until June. And then if you get everything in there before June, it's still free forever, but they're starting to have a cap on when they want to start charging people for over a certain amount. But it's still, it's not a lot of money for storage.
Okay, so you can have this so that it's being done automatically?
Automatically, yeah. So on my phone, I've got Google Photos and I have Amazon Photos app on my phone also. So it's grabbing the photos from the photo roll and put them in there.
Oh, I see. Okay, that's good to know. And then you also, sounds like you also have an external hard drive, so you're backing up things that way?
Yeah, I save a lot of files externally on my hard drives, and I save a lot of stuff in Dropbox and Google Drive. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
I have a quick question.
Sure.
I've never backed up anything because I don't know how to do it. That's why I'm taking the class. But when you download the new you know what I'm trying to say. When they come out with a new version.
An update?
Yeah, when you download an update, does that back up stuff automatically for you?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm in.
You're what?
I'm in trouble because
you may be. We're gonna get into your phones right now. So if you guys have your phones, grab your phones. On this slide right here, I'm gonna show you. You're gonna go to settings, and you're gonna click on your name and settings, and then you're gonna look for iCloud, and then we're gonna look at those screens. So rather than look at that, I'm gonna share my actual phone screen with you, and I'll walk you through it. All right.
I just when you're going through this, I have an iPhone 11. I have a 8th generation iPad, and then I have a MacBook Air, which is probably 3 or 4 years old. But so I have all these things synchronized, which is very handy, as you mentioned, to have all these things synced. But when I try to update my operating system, which the other class member was mentioning, it said that I didn't have enough memory. I guess maybe my photos, I guess I'm unclear about how I clear up the storage in order to accommodate the new iOS. I think it's 12.4 something. I forget.
This was on the, when was this on the phone?
This was on my MacBook Air.
Oh, on your computer. Yeah. So the computers have to have quite a bit of free space left to handle all the processing. And if there's not enough free space, it won't even update for you. You're right. Yeah.
So should I be?
Is the computer working okay?
Oh, the computer works fine. Yeah.
I wouldn't worry about the update. Just leave it alone.
Okay. Thank you.
What happens is they keep doing these updates, and these updates keep making us feel like our equipment's not good enough anymore because we run out of space, or because our hardware is getting older, and it's their whole motivation is to get us to buy new hardware. So I always say, if your device is working, you don't need to worry about the update. You know, if the device isn't working, then maybe you need to do the update. But
really, you don't have to do it.
I mean, you know, they try to scare you and say, "Oh, there's a security update." Okay. I mean, if you have a real new device, you can update it a lot. But as it gets older, you don't have to update as much, because it's going to just where your machine's going to get slower and slower and slower.
You're right.
And then you're going to go, "What's wrong with this?" And you're going to go to the store, and they go, "You need to get a new one."
Yep. Okay.
And you're like, it was working fine until I did this update, and now this update's making my life miserable for me. So
I was thinking I had to somehow move some of my photos out of my MacBook Air to be able to do the iOS update.
Well, let's look at some of these settings to see if your photos are in the iCloud, because I'm going to show you how much it really saves a lot of space. Okay, so let's do, we're going to go to settings, right? Settings, go to settings, and then up at the top, it should have your name. You may not have a picture, it could be your initials, but your name should be there, and you should have logged in with your Apple ID, right? That's kind of, you have to have an Apple ID to kind of work on any of the Apple devices. So click on that there, your name, and then it opens up this, and now scroll down to the iCloud section. You see iCloud? Click on that. Okay, now the first thing it's going to show you is your storage that you have. So whether you have 5 gigabyte or 50 or 200 or 2 terabyte, it's going to tell you there. I've used 144.4 gigabyte of 200 gigabyte, and you can see most of what I've used it on is what? Photos, right? It shows in the yellow. So I can click on manage storage, and this is going to tell me. Now remember, iCloud, this is not on my computer. This is in the cloud. This is on the internet. This is storage. It's in the internet. It's not on my phone. I don't have a 200 gigabyte phone. In fact, this is a 64 gigabyte phone. Okay. My daughter's only used 16.8 gigabyte of it, right? I've used most of it. That's where you can, all right, so down here it tells me what's using most of my space. So photos, 115.7 gigabyte like I said, this phone only holds 64 gigabytes of space altogether. And then 4.3 is backups of this device. iCloud Drive is just files. And then I've chosen to have these other things back up as well. So they're all in there taking up space. There's iMovie. You can have iMovie there, I guess, as if you have iMovie turned on both. But so all right. So these iCloud settings.
So how do I get to the? Oh, I see. You go to the Apple ID first, and then you go to the iCloud. Okay.
You got it. Yep.
Okay, and then okay, I see it.
So that's your storage. Now I want to show you one thing, right? So I'm using 122 gigabyte for photos. Now let me go to the settings on my phone itself. So that was in the cloud. This is now general iPhone storage. So this is, I'm looking at the storage on this phone, right? This is just locally on this phone, iPhone storage.
Where are you going to do that?
I'm in settings. I'll go back, show you. Back to this settings screen, and then you go to general. And under general, you've got iPhone storage. Okay, I have this phone's a 64 gigabyte. I don't think you can get one that's 64 gigabyte. I think the lowest is 128 now, but it's a 64 gigabyte phone. And how much of photo files using on this phone? Do you see that down there? 3.74. No, wait, I've got 122 gigabytes of photos that I can access on this phone, but it's only using 3.74 gigabyte of space on this phone. No.
I can't find photos.
If you're in iPhone storage, and then you just scroll down, it shows you what this is showing on my phone, what is using up my space. That's what that's showing me. Okay.
Yeah, I'm in iPhone storage, but I can't find photos. Would you?
Does it have your total amount at the top there? iPhone, it's got how much you've used, a little bar line there.
Yeah, it's got that.
If you scroll down or scroll up, whatever you call it, you're going to see a list of the different apps that are being used.
I see that.
Maybe it's further down the list. Maybe yours is, maybe you got so few, it's really low at the lower towards the bottom. All right, now I want to show you one other thing. I'm going to go over to.
I'm sorry, I can't find iPhone storage. I have an iPhone 11.
Yeah.
I found the iCloud storage, but I'm sorry, I found the iCloud storage, but I can't find the storage.
Go back to settings general, and then.
Oh, settings general. Okay.
Then iPhone, yeah. All right, now I'm going to show you.
And then iPhone storage. Okay, got it.
All right, I'm going to the Photos app now. Okay.
I can't find it.
What are you looking for?
I'm looking for the Photos app, and it's not in my app. Oh, wait a minute. I just found it.
You got it. You got it. All right. So I'm going to my Photos app now. This is the app on your phone where you take pictures and they're all in here. All right. Now look how many photos. Hold on. Wait a minute. All right. See that? How many photos do I have?
18,852.
And 930 videos. There's no way in the world all of that would fit on my phone if I was storing all of the native files on my phone. So the native files are being stored in iCloud, 122 gigabyte of it, but I have access to all of them on here. And I know this is what blows your mind. Like, wait, how could they be not on your phone, but on your phone? These are like thumbnail pictures of the photos. So this is a small version of the photo, which allows me to look at it if I want to. If I go to, let me find something.
Kevin, mine doesn't look like that. It only tells me documents and data.
Where are you?
I'm in the Photos app. On the
click on library. Click on library at the bottom left.
I don't have library on the bottom.
You're in the Photos app.
Yes, I'm in the Photos app.
I'm guessing you're not, because you should have the menu at the bottom that says library, for you, albums, and search. All right, I'm gonna keep going. So how does that work, right? So like I just said, there's an iCloud setting that will, we'll go back to iCloud settings again, my name, iCloud. All right, now let's skip below the storage. Let's get into the apps using iCloud. So this is device specific. So what you have on your phone, what you have on your iPads, what you have on your computers can all be different. But if they're not all turned on, if the app's not turned on for each one, they won't sync together, right? I mean, if you have to have Photos turned on to have all three of them be seen on all three devices. So on Photos, I have it on, and when I click on it, I go into this screen here. Green is on, gray is off. If you tap that green thing, it'll turn gray and turn itself off. So say at the bottom here, it says upload to my photo stream. That's gray, that's off. Green is on, gray is off. The part you want to look at is optimize iPhone storage. So you have a check by that. And then read what it says. If your iPhone is low on space, full resolution photos and videos are automatically replaced with smaller device size versions. Full resolution versions can be downloaded from iCloud anytime. So it keeps the high resolution version of the photo in iCloud, and it keeps a lower version of it on your phone, saving you lots of space on your phone, but you can access all of it through iCloud. Does that make sense or confusing?
Doesn't make any sense to me because I can't find photos.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So that's how I just showed you. I've got, 18,000 pictures, 930 videos that I can access from my 64 gigabyte phone that's not full of space. And I'm using 122 gigabytes in iCloud to store all those photos so that I can use a phone that's got 64 gigabytes and not use up all the space.
Kevin, is that number that you showed us before of how much you use of the 200 you get, is that monthly or is that, I'm just trying to figure out mine, or is it each month on a calendar month or is it somehow different?
So you're paying, like I'm paying what, $3 a month.
Yeah.
And the 200 never changes. It's always 200. So it would go.
And does
up.
it start from, April 1st and go through, or is it spaced?
Yeah, well, if you turned it on today, it would just start today. Yeah, your month would be whenever you started the plan.
That's just what I was trying to figure out. When is the month? Is there a way I can see it?
Well, it's whenever you started the plan. So like if you upgraded to it today, it would start today.
I don't know when I started it, I guess is the issue.
Oh.
Yeah. So in other words, it shows me how much of the allocation I have, which is like a quarter of it. And I was just assuming it was a calendar month. So I'm trying to, but maybe not. Maybe I started on the 15th of the month or something.
Yeah. But that space doesn't go up a whole lot unless you dump a whole bunch of files in there, all at once.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
The question is the organization of the photos and videos on iCloud the same as on, say, Google Photo? I'm having a hard time organizing. I don't even try, and I cannot find older pictures or photos.
Yeah.
They seem to, when I go into a gallery, there's a whole bunch of, I don't know who did it. Certainly not my late husband. He had modified pictures there, but the original still stays there. And but all I see is albums and then pictures, and there's no rhyme nor rhythm to it.
Yeah. So if albums are going to be organized by albums that you made, and you can search by media types, right? That's all in there based on what you took, what type of photo they are. Apple does all of that for you. If you go to library though, it should be chronological. So you can search down here, all photos. You can search by certain days, months, or years, and it breaks them into categories by that. But when you look at this and you start scrolling down, it's chronological by the date it was taken.
Right, that's what I was trying to do, because I think there's more than 30,000 or something, about 15,000 from just Europe alone, and I haven't set any criteria or step for organizing them, because but I thought at least by the year or the month I could determine, or I could locate something when I'm trying to show to a friend. I never try to do that now because it takes forever and I can't find it.
Okay. Well, every digital photo is taken. It takes what's called metadata, and it knows the date you took it, and in some cases even where you took it in the world, if you have that geo part turned on, and then that becomes information that the computer or the phone can use to be able to sort that. Now, one thing that happens is if you have a bunch of photos that maybe you took and you put them on your computer, and then you uploaded those photos, let's say today, March 31st, 2021, sometimes it resets the date for those photos as today's date because that doesn't have the data from before. That gets confusing sometimes, and so now
I have that's what confused me at first until I realized that, and that's impossible. And there were a lot of uploading that were done.
Yeah.
So now if I specify chronological, will it still show me the pictures chronologically, or they still include the uploading date?
Well, it depends. It depends on if it uploaded the if it uploaded the metadata from the picture of the date it was taken or not. And I don't know. It depends on your pictures. So they're either going to be in the right date or they're going to be all lumped together on the date that you uploaded them. That's the two choices of where they're going to be. Yeah.
Okay. That's my major problem right now. I don't even tackle the one on the computer.
Right.
on
So
my.
we have a class on Google Google Photos and iCloud Photos that would get more into those details for you that you should take, because it could really help you with that.
Yep. Thank you.
Yeah, sure.
Kevin.
When you
Kevin.
said that your daughter is on your plan,
Yes.
the 200 gigabytes, do each of you get 200 gigabytes?
No,
or
we're sharing it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Kevin.
Yes.
When you first, about 5 or 10 minutes ago, when you started telling us how to get into the photos, you said go to general under settings, right?
Well, I was trying to show you how much space I know. Using on my, yeah. So okay.
And after general, then you went to iPhone storage.
That's right.
And then after you went to iPhone storage, it tells you how much storage you have in each one of those categories. And then you said, go to photo app.
Yeah. So I was pointing out here that down here it says photos 3.74 gigabyte. That's how much photos is using on this phone itself.
Yes.
Okay. And
go in your photos app right there.
And then I went to the photos app. I wanted to show you how many pictures that meant.
And see, that is what this phone is not doing for some reason. But that's neither here or there, just very frustrating. Because now I can't follow what you're doing in class.
So you're good with me until we go to the Photos app and then something happens?
Yeah, the Photos app does not appear. It doesn't come up.
Oh, it's not on your computer?
I'm not on the computer.
Your phone, I mean, on your phone?
I'm on my phone.
Yeah. Do you know how to search? Like if you put your finger kind of in the middle of the screen and pull down, you get to the search at the top?
Yeah, I can get to the search.
Type photo. What comes up? And does the photo app show up with the flower?
No, nothing's coming up.
Nothing under photo?
Nope.
All right. So one other thing, you're on an iPhone, right?
I'm on app.
Yeah. So the other thing, let's go to the App Store. Let's go to App Store.
All right, I'm in the App Store.
And we're gonna go to the bottom right, hit search.
Yeah.
And we're gonna type photo again.
Okay.
Looking to see if the Apple photo.
No, it didn't. Something else came up. That wasn't what you asking me. No, all kinds of apps come up, but that's not what you want me to see.
I'm trying to see if I could download it. You can download it, but it's not showing up in there, is it?
No, now the good thing about it is I went in my Photos app, period, and my photos are still here looking at me, thank God.
Where is that? In a different device?
I went in the Photos app on the desktop.
Okay, yeah, they're there.
My photos are still there.
Yeah. So, but when you go back on your phone and you just search photos, nothing, you don't get that.
No,
that app doesn't pop up.
No.
All right. So somehow it got.
Go ahead, class. I don't want to waste any more of their time.
Yeah. Okay. It should be there. I don't know what happened to it. All right. So you guys understand the photo?
Kevin,
Yeah.
excuse me, Kevin.
Yes.
Do you think I should be backing up my mail in the iCloud or not?
What's your mail service? What do you use?
I have Optimum Online, and I also have Gmail. I don't have an iCloud mail account, but I was wondering whether I should.
So both of those are keeping their email in the cloud. There's no reason for you to back it up.
If I use if I set up an iCloud email address, would I need to? I guess in what situation would one back up their mail into the iCloud?
All of the mail I use, I have like 6 different Gmail accounts. I have 2 Outlook accounts. I've got a Yahoo account. They're all web-based mail. I don't need to back up any of it. It's always in the cloud. It doesn't, I don't, no reason to back it up because they back it up for me.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. All right, let's go back into settings again because we just hit photos. Photos is a big deal there. Let's see, let's go back where we to here and then iCloud. Okay, so that's photos. That should be on and you should have it saving you space. Contacts you can turn on or off. I use Fantastical with my devices. I don't use Apple's calendar anymore. I don't use reminders. I don't even use notes. I like to back up messages. Those are kind of nice to have across all the devices. I use Chrome, not Safari. I don't use news. I don't like Siri. She's annoying. Keychain is fine. These are my preferences. You customize it how you want. Don't do what I say. Just do what you want. Keychain is their password tracking thing. iCloud backup. This is an important one here. You need to have this. This won't show up on your computer, but it'll definitely show up on your iPhone and your iPad. So you
well, tell me again how you found it.
Okay, I got your attention. Okay, we're back in settings.
Yep.
Click on our name.
Yep.
Click on iCloud. We're scrolling down.
You said iCloud?
iCloud, yeah. We're scrolling down the apps that are using iCloud. Towards the bottom, iCloud backup.
Uh-huh.
All right, this automatically backs up your phone. If it's green and not gray, it's backing up this device.
So guess what I see?
What do you see?
I see photos and then the word on.
What?
And then a little hashtag going to the right.
Oh no, you're not in the right place. Keep going down. Keep going down. You want to look for iCloud backup on this list.
Oh, I see it. Yes.
Yeah. So click that. Is it green or gray?
The backup, once I clicked on it, said it's green.
All right. Yeah, leave it green. All right. So now down at the bottom, it says last successful backup. Do you see that on the bottom of the page?
Yeah.
When was that?
Yesterday at 7:25 p.m.
All right. So you're going to do it. It'll do it again pretty soon. So it's backing up. Now, you can force it by clicking back up now. That would only be if you're getting a new phone and you're at the store and you want to make sure it's backed up right away because you're going to restore right away from here. Now, there's a couple of reasons why it won't back up. It has to be plugged in to back up. So you've got to leave it, it's got to be plugged in. You can't be using it. So it's going to do it overnight or when you're not using it. And it has to be on Wi-Fi. It cannot be on cellular.
So the phones are actually backing up themselves.
Yeah, if all those conditions are met, yes. And you have, the other thing that would block it is if you're out of space on your iCloud plan.
Kevin?
Yes.
I have a question. When you're on that page where you're looking at what all you have in the iCloud, and if you move it from green to gray to get rid of it, and then it says that it takes it off of your iPhone now, is that what I want? Are you
talking about the photos?
No, just the other options like Siri and those things. If I turn it gray, and then on my phone it says, do you want it off of your phone? Is that totally off the phone or off of iCloud?
Let's see.
So like if you hit Game Center and got it off the green.
Yeah. It's just not syncing it across your other device. It's still on your phone. It's just not syncing it across to other devices.
Okay, when I do that, I actually get a message that says it's taking it off the phone.
Which one was it? What was the program?
Let's see, which one did I do?
There's one like this.
Yeah.
Or you want to continue
all no. It was notes, yeah. So does that take completely away or just off of the iCloud?
No, it's going to take it off your phone too, it says.
Okay. All right. I've done a few other ones that didn't give me that message. So,
yeah.
Okay. I'm good.
Pay attention to those because if it's, that's a big caution on the photos is if you delete a photo, it's going to be gone from all your devices. That's the thing. So that's why I say, read the cautions when you do those. Okay.
I'm sorry, what is Keychain, by the way? You mentioned Keychain?
Keychain, that's its password password program that tries to keep track of your passwords on different devices.
Do you recommend that?
I use LastPass as a password program because I'm not always on a I want to be able to get to it on a PC if I'm on a PC, and Keychain only works on Mac devices. But if you live in a Mac world only, then you're okay with it.
So does that mean it automatically, like if I go to say get set up, it remembers my password?
Yeah, it's kind of that idea. If you told it to remember it in Keychain, and then you get into it on your iPad or your phone or your computer, then it would keep track of it, yeah.
That's the equivalent of KeyPass, right? On Mac.
What's that?
Keychain.
Keychain, yes.
Same as what do you call it? KeyPass.
Yeah, there's a lot of password management programs. Yeah, KeyPass is another one. Yep. All right.
Just one more question. I noticed that you have messages turned on.
Yeah.
And I don't. So I should turn messages on. That means it'll back up all of my messages or save all of my messages.
Yeah. So, it depends on how you use it. There's very few times I've gone back historically and really looked at anything. But, if my phone were to get stolen or broken or something, I would be able to get back on, get a new phone, log back in, and my messages would still be there.
But isn't that taking up a lot of the space?
Not really. I mean, you come up here and look and it'll tell you how much is being used for it. So 3.4 gigabyte. I mean, it's relative, right? I've got 200 gigabyte. If you got 5, and you're using 304 for messages, yeah, that's a lot. So it's really up to you how you want to do it.
Yeah. Okay. I think maybe I should turn it on. I didn't know that. Okay. I'm gonna turn it on.
Okay.
Evan, what if I want to take something off there to give room?
Go ahead, Brenda.
What if I want to remove some stuff that I don't need anymore from iCloud? Is that possible?
For example, what would it be?
I have a lot of old Excel stuff that I know went to the cloud that I don't need anymore. I mean, just to get the memory down some, my storage down some.
So that, okay, so if you're in iCloud, you go to manage storage, it'll tell you what's taking up the space, right? So we're going to here. And you're coming down, you're saying, okay, down here, you've got some Excel sheets or something that it's on this list?
I don't see them on this list, but I know they're there because it backed it up once nicely for me.
All right, you can click on iCloud Drive, you can look in there, this will tell you what's on that. They could be in that. This is the exact files that are in there.
Okay.
Are they in there?
I haven't found them yet.
All right, I'll show you. We'll look at files next. Okay, so you did photos. Now let's look at iCloud Drive, which is just the files, right? So now we're looking for this Files app. See this blue folder on the right side to the top of my screen? It should be on your phone. If it's not, you can install it. It is in the App Store. It's free. It's an Apple.
Are you back in settings?
No, I'm just on my phone. I searched for files. So I'm opening up this app called Files.
Oh, it's an app called Files.
Called Files, yeah. Just like there's a Photos. Peggy, I hope you have it. You didn't have Photos. Maybe you've got Files. All right, so when you go into Files, this is everything, and then you click on Browse. You're looking at iCloud Drive. You click on that. These are the shared files across all your devices that I put in iCloud Drive. Now you can put a picture in there. I've got a picture of my wife and I, but pictures should be in Photos, not so much in here.
Well, you're in iCloud Drive.
All right. And again, this is not on my computer or on my phone. This is in the cloud. It's on the internet, but I can access it from my devices. So like see these starfish, if I click on that, there's those 3 starfish. Now, if I delete it from here, it'll be gone from all my devices because they're all sharing this drive. And the more I put in this iCloud Drive, the more it takes up of my space because that's part of the iCloud Drive storage space.
I'm lost.
You're lost? Let me show you on my desktop. I'm going to jump over to my desktop here. And if I get rid of that and that. All right, you see my desktop? You can go to, let me show you, under Apple System Preferences.
Oh, I don't have a desktop. No, I was operating on my phone.
Yeah, I'm going to show you on the computer now. So
okay.
We're transitioning over to computer. So on the Mac computers, you're going to click on System Preferences and you're going to click on Apple ID. And in here, there is an iCloud selection on the left-hand side here. And we've got iCloud Drive turned on, Photos turned on, Mails turned on. Doesn't need to be on, but it is. Calendars doesn't need to be turned on anymore. So this is, again, the settings for my computer now. This 200 gigabyte is still my iCloud storage that I share with all my devices. But these settings are all specific to what apps I'm using in iCloud from my computer. Notice there's no backup on the computer because, like I said, it's too big to back up. So it doesn't have a backup option. It only backs up iPhones, iPads.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Clarification. You said that iCloud automatically backs up, but that's assuming that it's all, but then you said it has to be on Wi-Fi, set on Wi-Fi in order for backup to work.
And plugged in.
So, so you mean our phone has always to be set to Wi-Fi so that the automatic backup in iCloud will work?
That's right.
Okay, because there are certain functions on my Galaxy S20 that won't work if I have it on Wi-Fi. So I don't have it on Wi-Fi.
It's not going to back up your Galaxy because it's not an iPhone.
I'm sorry, it's not. Oh, it's not an iPhone. No.
You don't have all these settings. You don't have iCloud on your Galaxy, do you?
iPhone? Oh, I thought that was a separate device by Apple.
Yeah.
I don't have iPhone. I only have the Galaxy S20 and S7.
And do you have an app on that phone for iCloud?
I don't even know because
No, probably not. You probably
I
don't.
never wanted to go into that.
No. So you need to use Google Photos on your Galaxy to back up your photos. That's what you need to do.
Okay.
Get the Google Photos app and use that.
Right.
All right. But we're running out of time here. Let me show you real quick. I'm going to Finder on the computer. And in Finder, if I go to Go and then iCloud Drive, you see it on my list here, iCloud Drive. Click on that. These are all the things that are on that are shared across all my devices because I've put them in the iCloud Drive. Some of them are also on my computer, but whenever they change on my computer, they're synced to the iCloud Drive. So taking up space on my computer and in iCloud Drive on here. But if I go back, so let's look at, remember the starfish?
Yeah.
There they are, right? I clicked on it. That's them. And if I delete them from here, they won't be on my phone anymore. If I delete them from my phone, they wouldn't be on there anymore.
Kevin, are you saying that so I have 3 devices all under the same Apple ID.
Yes.
My iPhone 11, the iPad 8th generation, and my MacBook Air.
Yes.
That means that the things that are shareable, accessible, are the things that are on the iCloud Drive. Is that correct? Or is that only for files? And then photos would be a separate. The photos, I am able to see all my photos. I guess I'm trying to know what is shared and sync across all those devices. Because I do have, I guess the iCloud Drive would be files.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
Photos.
Any files that you put in there to share. I mean, again, it's a not a highly used feature, but you could use that. Yes. The photos for sure.
It's not a highly used feature to share files using iCloud Drive.
Yeah, I mean, you can, but I don't know a lot of people that use it a whole lot. I mean, it's just not.
Then how do they share files?
They can do it that way. They could do it through Google Drive. They could do it through Dropbox. They could email
I see.
themselves. They could, there's
Got
all-
it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Thank you. Because
And-
sometimes sometimes I'm not sure where things are. I
Yeah.
see them, but I'm not sure. Like I
Right.
see them on my desktop.
Yeah.
It's something
Right.
with the files. Thank you.
Yeah.
That helps. Thank you.
Kevin,
Yes.
Kevin, how do I delete a file that I don't want in my iCloud Drive?
Are you seeing it on your phone, your iPad, or your computer?
It's on my phone, and I've got several old files there that I want to get rid of, but I don't know how to delete them.
You don't want them anywhere.
I don't want them at all.
You're sure? Okay.
Yeah, I'm positive.
Okay. As long as you don't think they're going to be somewhere else, and you can get to them later. All right. So I'm going to the files app, right? And then browse iCloud Drive. It's in here then, right? You're seeing them in here?
Right, correct.
So let's say I want to get rid of this text edit. I'm getting rid of a folder, I think. You see that?
Yes, I see that.
Hold on. Long press it. Put your finger on it, hold it down,
Okay,
and you should get a menu like this.
I do.
Is delete on there?
Nope.
What's your menu say?
It says new folder, scan, connect to server, icons, list, name, date, size, kind, tags.
What's the file you're getting rid of?
It's an old medical record.
What format is it in? Do you know? Is it a PDF or?
PDF. Well, one is not.
I'm looking for one that. I'm looking for something like it. Let's see. No. Nothing in there. All right. The other, if it doesn't give you that option there, then if you have a computer too, a Mac.
I'm sorry, I've got somebody at my door. So.
Try to get rid of it on the computer. Try to go to iCloud and Finder and get to it. We're done. All right, anybody else? We've gone over. I told you there's a lot to cover in this one. I think we've talked about backup, we've talked about storage, we've talked about security, right? We've covered a lot of those topics.
I'm not sure what we said about security.
So one of the benefits of backing up through iCloud is that even if you had your phone stolen, you could still get back all your information. So there's a security basis of that, right? Any threat though that you would consider storing things on the internet? I mean, most of our life's on the internet already. We our banks put information out there, our medical information's out there. And I tend to tell people I trust those that are storing information, and that's their business, is to store our information safely and back it up and keep it from hackers. They do a better job than I even do myself with my own information, because I've had viruses and I've had things that have attacked me, and I've had hard drives crash and things like that. There's always an inherent risk, but I implicitly trust the storage of my information online.
Okay.
Kevin.
Yes.
The Keychain, should that be an app that's on your desktop?
No, it's kind of a utility that's built into the computer.
So how do if I forget what my password is for a certain app, how do I get it?
If Keychain's on and working, it'll ask you if you want to fill in what it knows, and it'll try to do that.
Well, I've forgotten many times what my thing is, and it doesn't ask me.
Yeah, I don't use Keychain really. That's why I use LastPass. We have a class on LastPass and password programs. I find them to be easier than Keychain.
A class on what?
It's called LastPass. 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 It's a
PASS.
Yeah, like password. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
LastPass. Yeah. All right, well, guys, feel free to take this again. There's a lot in here, and I enjoy helping you.
Offer it again?
Yeah, I'm teaching a few more times, and you can sign up or take it again. Yeah, for sure.
Do you know when?
I can look real quick. I will send you guys notes on this, but and if you get a chance to give feedback about what a great class it is, tell everybody what a great class it is. That's great. Tell other people about Get Set Up. It's a great program. Tell your friends and family to join us. Let's see. Friday, I'm teaching it at 4 o'clock Eastern.
Oh, Friday at 4. Okay.
And today, yeah, I think that's the next time I teach it. And then Monday again at 4. Next Wednesday again at 4. Yeah, this one I'm getting a lot of teaching on. It's a good
Kevin?
class. Yes.
I have a question. Will Get Set Up always be free?
Well, I hope so for your case, right? I mean, somebody's got to pay for it, but yeah, we work with agencies and organizations that want to provide continuing education for different populations, and they're not able to do it, and we're able to do it great. So they work with us to help us do that, help provide that service. So in many ways, that's kind of how it's getting funded. Yeah.
Great, thanks.
Yeah. All right,
Kevin,
everyone.
Just a general question, Kevin. If I want to learn an application, as it turns out, I want to learn more about something called Pages. How does one learn about a new application on a Mac platform?
Have you ever used Google Apps?
Have I used Google Apps?
Yeah, like Google.
I use the Google search engine. What do you mean?
Google has Google Docs, Google Sheets, Google Pages. So they have their own version of, like, Microsoft has Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. Google has.
Oh, yes. I know what you mean. Yeah.
Right? So, our Macs come with Pages and Numbers, and Keynote. Keynote's a great program. They're all good programs, but most people don't use Pages or Numbers. They just don't use it. I would encourage you to learn the Google Apps because they're free.
Okay.
We teach classes that get set up about it.
Okay, so if I want to, I'm looking to know how to use like something to generate ads. I actually had to do a tribute page for some veterans.
Yeah. So
that includes like photos and text and everything.
Right.
So
we have
think
another.
I should try.
We've got another class. I don't know if it's out yet, but it's about an app called Canva. Canva. It's a great free graphics program. I'd love to create all kinds of neat stuff. I think we got a class coming on that.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right.
What's it called, Kevin?
The program Canva. 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 Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, you guys have a good afternoon. We'll see you again.